Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist drains your energy. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So energy, this is what you are made up of. It's what I'm made up of. And yes, it's what the narcissist is made up of. The difference here is the narcissist needs to steal other people's energy to catapult them through life. And this is what the narcissist looks to do. It's what they look to do when they first met you. It's what they're looking to do right now, and it's what they'll be looking to do tomorrow and subsequent days and the rest of their life. The narcissist needs people to regulate themselves. And in order to do that, they need to steal people's energy from them. And people's energy includes their time, their money, their resources, their relationships, their health, their status, all these things I talk about on the channel. And the narcissist, they are so draining that when you're around these people, i.e. the narcissist, your energy gets zapped. So frequently when you were in the relationship, when you would be communicating with the narcissist, it wouldn't be all puppies and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies. There would usually be some kind of distraction or disruption or non-agreement on the behalf of the narcissist, because the narcissist does not want stability. They don't want commonplace. They don't want everyday relationships that are stable, healthy, and headed in the same direction. The narcissist wants to have people confused, have people wondering, have people pining for them, have people thinking about the narcissist. And the narcissist, this is one way they take your energy from you. So let's just say when you were in the relationship, remember the texting games of the narcissist. The narcissist would text you and they would expect you to respond or react as soon as possible. Sometimes they would even put a time limit on you. They would tell you, listen, when I text you, I expect to hear from you in under 30 seconds or under a minute, whatever it was. And you would be like, well, who does that? Well, okay, I guess I'll do it. Because you were in the zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog, and you were agreeing to things you never thought you would agree to. Who in their right mind would put a time frame on when another person should get back to them? Nobody but a narcissist. Now, this is exactly what the narcissist wants to do. They want to control people. They want to control people's time. They want to control people's energy. They want to control the people that the person surrounds themselves with. This is why the narcissistic relationship is not sustainable. This is why each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. This is why each and every narcissistic relationship, it's a one-way ticket to Destructionsville. And the narcissist knows this. When the narcissist first met you, if they gave you a 2-page report and said, here, read this. This is who I am. It's what I will do to you. It's what I've done to so many people before I met you. And it's what I will do after I discard you. You would have run for the hills. You would have said, thank you, but no thank you. I don't want to enter this relationship. And by the way, lose my number and don't ever contact me again. Essentially, you would have gone no contact without even knowing what no contact was. But that's not what happened. The narcissist infiltrated your life insidiously. They crept in closer and closer to you. They assimilated themselves with you. They learned about your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, and slowly they were extracting you, your energy, and your resources from you. That is why so frequently these relationships go from friendship to romance, and then from romance to roommate, and from roommate to divorced, and the person, i.e. you, is left with nothing but holding the bag, and the narcissist slithers away onto the new supply until that person gets their dose, and on and on and on. Keep in mind, the narcissistic abusive cycle, it continues to go around and around and around in a loop of misery, a loop of confusion, a loop of misdirection, a loop of broken promises, broken hearts, broken dreams and broken aspirations, broken bank accounts, broken health, everything. This is what the narcissist wants to do. They want to destroy people and anything that matters to them. The narcissist is a coward and a bully. They're jealous and envious. Many times the narcissist will inhibit you from finding your life purpose or try to stop you from achieving or accomplishing certain goals. The narcissist is always in competition with other people, which includes their spouses, their children, their parents, their friends, their colleagues, their coworkers, etc. The narcissist looks at people as opportunities. They look at people as if it's a zero-sum game and they must win. Winning is everything to the narcissist. If they don't feel like they're winning, then how do they feel? Well, using the black and white thinking or zero-sum game thinking, if they don't feel like they're winning, they feel like they're losing. And this is something the narcissist can't tolerate. They can't handle the fact that not only are they losing, but they are a loser. This is exactly what the narcissist is. because they need to steal people's energy from them. They need to capture people, trick them and trap them, manipulate them, and keep them trapped in that narcissistic fog as long as they possibly can until something happens, until either A, that person, which was you, removes yourself from the relationship, B, you put up a boundary and perhaps you get discarded, or C, unfortunately, maybe you stay stuck living in the zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog. My hope is you are out of the relationship, and my hope is you are healing, and my hope is you are learning about narcissism, becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and realizing that these people are at the top of the list of people who do not have your best interest at heart. They didn't when you met them. They didn't when you were in the relationship with them. They don't now, and they won't in the future. These people are sinking ships. They're ticking time bombs. They only deteriorate over time. They do not improve anything about themselves. Now you may say, well, what about the new supply, Andrew? The new supply is living their best life with the narcissist, my ex. Well, that may be the way it appears to be, but remember, all that glitters isn't gold. Everything, the grass isn't always greener. And what the outside image that the narcissist is portraying themselves to be, that's not what it's like behind the four walls of the house that they are with the new supply, if they're living together or not. Because the new supply, remember, they're only one of three people. They're either a recycled source of supply who doesn't know what narcissism is and hasn't broken the trauma bond. B, they are a toxic person themselves, narcissist, or maybe even worse. Or C, they're a clean slate, somebody who doesn't know that narcissism is prevalent on the planet. So one of those three is who the new supply is. It's just, that's the way it is. It's one of those three people. But the new supply by no means is getting it better than you, or they're getting peppered with abuse day in and day out, week after week, etc. But why the narcissist wants to steal your energy, why do they want to take your energy? It's because they need to catapult themselves from the plateau where they were when they met you, and they're hoping to catapult themselves forward and higher to the next plateau. And they will crumble up people like sheets of paper and throw them away on the freeway once they're done with them, once they've used them, abused them, manipulated them, and taken everything they possibly can. But this is how the cycle goes around and around. The narcissist is always looking for new shiny objects. They always want the next energy source. They want the next person to elevate them. This is why every time the narcissist is at a party, a barbecue, an event or something, they're usually scouring the room. They're usually batting their eyelashes or showing their rosy cheeks or flirting with people of any sex. They don't care. To them, people are interchangeable. The way you change your socks is the way they change relationships. But the narcissist cannot be accountable. They can't introspect. They can't look at themselves and realize how many lives they've blown up, that all of the parental alienation that they've administered to grandparents, to parents, to ex-spouses, to siblings that they won't allow them to see the kids. This is what the narcissist does. They want to create the next generation of narcissism. That's why the narcissist by no means is the parent of the year. Quite the opposite, quite the contrary. They want to destroy their own children's futures. They want to destroy their spouses' lives. They want to destroy anyone's reputation that they can get a whiff of destroying. This is how the cycle goes around in a loop. And the one constant, the one common denominator is the narcissist. That is why once you identify what the narcissistic relationship is about, and perhaps if you are still in it, you understand that you need to get out of that. It's 1 minute too long to stay in this relationship if you have the ability to remove yourself. If you don't, create, develop, and execute an exit plan. But begin now, if not now, when? So why the narcissist wants to take people's energy or steal their energy? It's because they need to do it. The narcissist is a shapeshifter. They're a low vibrational creature who exists lower than your shoe. They want to steal and capture a beautiful, bright, shining light like you, maybe even an empath. And they want to keep you trapped, believing in the false narrative of the narcissist, believing that the narcissist does have your best interest at heart, believing in their words, not their actions. They want you to continue to give them chance after chance after chance. The narcissist many times wants you to just erase the past and start brand new, because the narcissist knows what they're doing. They are a master manipulator. They've done this so many times before they met you. They're doing it right now with somebody else, I can assure you, probably multiple people. Think about the smartphone for a moment. I speak about this frequently on the channel. The narcissist many times has multiple smartphones. It doesn't mean that everybody that has 2 or more smartphones is a narcissist. That is not what it means at all. It means that the narcissist needs multiple smartphones many times because they want to have different numbers hidden from different people. And they can claim that one is a business account, one is a personal account, one is a social media account, whatever they want. But we now know that if you ever tried to ask the narcissist, hey, let me take a look at your phone, what would they do? They would say, no, it's off limits, can't do it. Now flip it. If the narcissist, when you were in the relationship with them, again, you didn't know they were a narcissist. If they said, hey, can I check out your phone? You would say, here, go ahead, take a look. What are you looking for? You're not going to find anything because I have nothing to hide. But the narcissist has everything to hide. This is why they hide little groups of people, little sects, S-E-C-T-S, away from each other. In case one group or sect blows up, meaning somebody discovers who the narcissist is, well, then they can just trash all those people, meaning discard them or smear campaign them, and that's fun for the narcissist. And they can go on to a new little group of people. This is why the narcissist can't sit still. They're always on the go looking for the next new shiny object. This is why the narcissist enters relationships so quickly and ends them so quickly and abruptly, because once they get a whiff that someone's catching on to them, they need to look in a different direction. However, flip it. Once they realize that they found a beautiful, bright, shining light like you, maybe even an empath who doesn't know your value, doesn't know your worth, doesn't know about narcissism, this is when they really put a lot of energy into you. And in the beginning of these relationships, they place a lot of energy into you, texting you, calling you, being with you, wanting to be with you, needing to be with you, because they're trying to get you hooked on them. And once they know you are hooked on them, that's when they begin to withdraw or pull back. And that's when they begin to look for other sources to groom for when you figure it out or for when they discard you. Because everything is a game to the narcissist. It's catch and release. Catch as many people in this trap as I can, release them, i.e. discard them whenever I can, and in between, if somebody figures out who I am, well, I'll just disappear and go somewhere else. This is how the loop continues to go around. This is why the narcissist needs to steal energy from people. Now let's go to post-relationship. Let's say that you were discarded or you ended it yourself. Either way, my heart goes out to you, because being in these relationships is the most challenging thing known to humankind. And healing is a very challenging experience, to say the least. But you will heal in time, in your time, if you're patient, stoic, calm, centered, focused, resilient, and you have direction, and you finally get the message and go no contact and block these people, etc. But post-relationship, many times your energy will still be zapped. And you may say, Andrew, why would that be? Well, the reason why is because when the relationship ends, it usually ends with a thud, a crash, a bang. And there's usually a void that must be filled. The void is when you no longer have all the manipulation and the roller coaster of emotions going around and around. Basically, you're not being the unpaid helper, the walking apology. You're not doing everything for the narcissist. And now all that drama and the confusion and chaos, it disappears like that. And that void is a very challenging place to be, but that's when you have to really introspect. That's probably when you figured out what the narcissist was or who they were, and that's when you found the needle in a haystack. And when all of the excitement and the drama and the roller coaster ride ends, and it ends in a heartbeat, that's when you really have a challenging time, because that void is something that must be filled by you, and for your future. This is a pivotal part of the healing path, the void. And this is when your energy will be challenged, it will be tested, because now you're going to have to wean yourself off of the narcissistic relationship. And this will take time. And you will have very challenging evenings. You'll have challenging nights, mornings, weekends, days. You'll have very challenging periods of time when you're driving to work, when you're listening to songs, etc. But all these things, the more you process them, the more you learn about the relationship that you were part of. That relationship wasn't what you wanted it to be. It was what it was, which was a debilitating, challenging, narcissistic relationship. And the narcissist did know what they were doing when they met you. Most likely you were vulnerable when you met them. You may have gone out of the frying pan and into the fire, if you will. That's what so many of us have done. And when this person that we loved claimed that they loved us, we put our guard down, and maybe we moved in with them, or they moved in with us, or we got married or relocated, etc. Well, what we just did there is we entered the most challenging part of the relationship, which is living in the four walls with these people, if that's what you experienced. This is where they know they have you. This is when they know you're going nowhere. This is when they begin to extract more and more of your energy from you. This is when you become the servant, the butler, the pawn, the chauffeur, the pool boy, the errand boy, the person who buys food, groceries, cooks, cleans, walks the dog. You do everything you can to keep the peace in the narcissistic relationship. But what you are doing also is you're putting your life on hold. This is when you're not going to the gym. It's when you're not reading. It's when you're not journaling. It's when you're not connecting with your friends. It's when you pick up habits that in the past you have never picked up before. It's when you pick up certain vices that you never thought you would pick up. You see, the narcissist wanted to get you hooked on them and on their vices. Many times it includes things that I'm not going to say on this channel, but the vices, if you found yourself doing things that you never would do before you met the narcissist, well, that's a clear indication of how the narcissist shaped and shifted the trajectory of your life. Example, before you met them, maybe you were cooking for yourself and you were gardening and you were surfing. Well, you meet them, and after you enter the relationship, maybe now you're doing other things that you wouldn't have been doing, but you're definitely not doing the hobbies or experiencing what you were doing before. You're now doing things to accommodate the narcissist. That's why you're the unpaid helper, etc. And that's why your energy was being depleted. And this is how the narcissist takes your energy, because they don't want you to be you. Think about when you'd be going to bed at night, and this is post-relationship, or even when you were in the relationship. Let's talk about post-relationship. Well, could you get a good night's sleep? No. You had sleepless nights. Sometimes you woke up at 1. Sometimes you woke up at 2, at 3. You couldn't get sleep. You were restless because you were detoxing coming out of that relationship. It was not a good experience, but this is what I'm talking about by filling the void post-relationship. But eventually what happens? Eventually, when you finally practice radical acceptance and you wrap your head around that the narcissist never had your best interest at heart, they didn't love you, they don't love anybody, they don't care about anybody but themselves, and they just looked at you as an opportunity to take advantage of. When you wrap your head around all those things, that's when you finally get the message and you say, oh my gosh, I get it. I'm practicing radical acceptance. I'm understanding who that person was. They can't change. They will only deteriorate over time. I'm grateful to be out of that relationship. I'm healing. I'm learning more about myself, more about narcissism, more about people on the planet, and more about the possibilities of what people can do to other people. When you do that, that's when your energy returns to you. Now, it doesn't return overnight. Nothing happens overnight. It will return slowly to you. This is when your health returns. It's when your finances return. It's when you relocate. Maybe you moved across the town, city, state, country, or globe, but this is when you're relocating helped you out, helped your energy to return. This is when you can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book. You can fall in love again when you've healed. You can enter new relationships or rebuild broken relationships from the past if you choose to do so. But this is where so many things will return back to you. Again, it doesn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. But what does happen is the slower you take the healing path and you realize it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, and this is a journey, and it's your journey, and you block out and drown out the narcissist, you go no contact, you do not communicate with them or anybody who is one person away from them, i.e. flying monkeys, or even if they had brothers or sisters or the parents you were close with, these people need to go also. They're called what I call casualties of the relationship. When you understand all these things, that you need to save yourself, because nobody's going to come knocking on the door to save you. That's when you really get things, that this is a serious thing. This is the relationship you need to heal from. And this is why your energy will return. And it will return slowly and slowly and slowly. And eventually the rumination will disappear. The narcissist will fade away. You will maintain no contact. Perhaps you will relocate. You will restart your life, etc. But what you will do is you will understand that that relationship was something you had to go through. There was no other way. And did it almost take you down? It did, but it didn't, because you're here. You're in the community. And you're on the channel, and you're getting your cup full, or you're topping your cup up more and more and more. And you now realize that you are in rarefied air. You are reaching the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, where you no longer care about the narcissist or anybody from that period of time, no matter who they were. Because this relationship has changed you forever. It's improved your clarity. It's improved your mindset. You've elevated to such a place that you never thought was possible. While you're elevating higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars, the narcissist is where? That's right. They're stuck in that low vibrational state. They can't elevate without stealing other people's energy, but they can no longer steal yours because they took their best shot at you and they failed. And that's why you are here. That's why they are there. That's why you went no contact. That's why they took their best shot at you, but they couldn't achieve what they wanted to do, which was to take everything from you possibly. They couldn't take your soul. They couldn't take your heart. They couldn't take your presence. They couldn't take your aura, and they couldn't take your future. They took a chunk of your life, whatever that was, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, etc. And they really thought that they would keep you trapped in that fog, in that zombie-like trance-like state, but they didn't, because you're here, and you're elevating and ascending to such a higher level of consciousness and of being that you never thought was possible. But that's what we do once we kick the narcissist to the curb and we really practice radical acceptance, and we rise through the ashes like a phoenix. We're changed forever. Our lives are improved. They are not ruined. Our lives are rebuilt. They are not destroyed. And the narcissist will slither away. As long as they stay away from us, that's the path. The path is to understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And I hope you liked the video. I love the location I'm in. I hope you enjoy it too. Play this video. Play it a few times. Pay it forward to somebody who could use it, because it's the energy that the narcissist wants from you. The narcissist wants to remain important in your mind. They want to remain relevant. They want you thinking about them. They want you staying stuck thinking, did you do the right thing? Should you have done more? Could you have done more? Can the narcissist change? Are they better? Have they improved? The truth of the matter is the narcissist will only get worse over time, no matter what anybody thinks. There is no magic pill. There is no magic wand that will cure these people. They only continue to shapeshift, blame other people, triangulate people, use the smear campaign, and steal anything they can. But they can no longer take your energy, your abundance, or your beautiful, bright, shining light. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.